Here's a sign that you are a high IQ, highly intellectual musician that is moving on a different frequency than every other person. Now, have you ever been in a room where you feel like you don't belong there? Everything going on seems so rowdy and intellectually stressing. Like you feel like your social battery is dead because everybody's just doing anyhow, or maybe the approach towards what they are doing does not even align with the concept of what you have in your head. Let's say a music camp or a studio session where there are like 10 people, and you know very well that you have this confidence that if you say a word, everybody's going to scream and yell like, oh wow, your vocal is good, and you know you are better than every other person in that room, but you decide to keep your calm, observe, and for real, the first thing you said made everybody feel like, oh my God, this guy is on a very different frequency, and they start asking you questions like, how do we do this? How do we do that? That's a sign you are moving on a different frequency and your mind is opening up to a very high level of understanding of music that people have not tapped into yet. Now, the second thing you feel when you are a highly intellectual musician is whenever you drop anything without effort, it just becomes a banger. Let's say you take a mic up and then you decide to do a freestyle, a quick run through, and that instantly becomes a hit. You don't even need to rewrite. You don't unapologetically just get the vibe all at a one stretch. And then maybe your second or third, fourth take is also a banger, but that first one is perfect. That's a sign you are a high IQ artist or a high IQ musician. Then the third thing that you should be observant about is, do you feel conscious of your environment? Let's say you always have this feeling that you don't belong here. You probably are supposed to be somewhere in New York. Maybe you are in a city where nobody understands your style of music. They are always complaining that this is not making sense to us. They are enjoying it, but they can't even explain what they feel when your music is being played or when you perform. Or have you ever tried to explain your song to a friend and they are like, bro, how did you come up with this? That's probably a sign you are a high IQ, high intellect musician. Now, a lot of you guys would think this is all gibberish, this doesn't make sense, but I've been studying books on music psychology, and I've seen that some of the patterns there, they are not mistakes. They are just way of life, and it works in every instance. So if you are a high IQ musician, you are going to be misunderstood, you are going to be judged. A lot of people will feel like they don't connect to you in any way. And this is the problem of being a high IQ musician. You might not be able to fit into labels. Management might not be able to like cater for some of your needs because you are like 10 years ahead of time. And you have issue with people trying to understand your kind of music, but this doesn't apply to everyone. This might be in instances where the vocal range or like your style of writing is a little bit too sophisticated. Now, a lot of people might mistake musical ignorance to musical high IQ, but don't mix them up. This is just little psychology that I've studied, and I've seen that these three patterns showcase a lot of you guys are geniuses, and all you need to do is just keep going, be consistent and evolve, keep growing. Do not make it feel like you are better than everyone, because that becomes pride. Just try as much as you can to showcase your talent to the general public without making people that are in your field feel a little bit attacked. That's how you go about getting all that mental frequency in one place. So follow me for more updates, because I'm trying to like decipher some of this psychology in music and see how it works. And if you fall into any of this category, congratulations, you're a genius.